Welcome to Raid Hour HEATRAN Live. Here we go. We're waiting for some invites and we'll jump in just a moment. We're getting situated. And we're going to have back-to-back Heatran raids. Now we're doing kind of around-the-clock 24/7 Heatran raids, you may notice. Not really 24/7, but in every time zone from 6 to 7 p.m. on November 27th, there is Raid Hour featuring Heatran, and so what we're doing to make the most of the opportunity is doing Raid Hour around the globe. We started off in Singapore, then we went to Indonesia, now we've circled the globe, and we're in somewhere in America. I'm not exactly sure where right now. I think we're in kind of the Midwest zone, and we're just waiting on an invite. There it is from our good friend, and we're jumping in. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Hope you enjoy this action as we go after Heatran. So, just a little bit of background. So Heatran is a rare legendary that you don't see come across too often. There are some very kind of unusual, crazy raid hours this week. Normally it's Wednesdays 6 to 7, but this week Niantic released a whole slew of different raid hours. We had raid hour yesterday, the day before, and the next couple days. Tonight we have a raid hour which will be featuring robots. Reggie Steel will be there, and I'm seeking a shiny Reggie Steel, which I don't currently have. And there's just a lot of cool stuff going on with raid hours. So it's kind of every night for a few more days, 6 to 7 p.m. Thank you for joining live. Glad you're here. Please click subscribe so you know when we're live and what we're up to. And we are playing Pokemon Go on an iPad Pro, which kind of rhymes, so that you have a bigger view and a better view. Normally it's best played on a smartphone, which would give you a very narrow view for streaming purposes. So this is a little harder for me to catch, but a little better for you to watch. So wish us the best, and here we go. We are in the battle. Rhyperior versus Heatran. Any questions, type them in chat, and I will do my best to respond to you. Let's see what we have here. So there are 12 of us in this battle. I don't think Heatran will last very long against 12 well-trained, superhero level Pokemon Go trainers. So I'm assuming you're all familiar with Pokemon Go. If you're not, when you first start the game, you may not really see kind of how far you can go with it. There's a lot to it. It's not just about collecting Pokemons, although that's what appeals to many people. It's also about very strategic player versus player battles, where you choose 3 of yours that you equip with the right moves, and you power up as much as you can based on the limits of the different battle leagues, and you go to battle and strategically try to overcome your opponents, and you have rankings and there are seasons. That's one side. The other side is raids, which we're doing right now, where you gather a team of friends, allies, whoever, and you go up against mighty opponents such as Heatran, legendaries, and others. And in doing that, you collect them when you catch them. And my lucky egg expired, which gives you double experience. Okay, so when you catch them, you add them to your collection, and you're of course hoping for a hundo, which is a perfect stat Pokemon for those of you not familiar. Now this is really weird throwing from an iPad Pro. Let's see, this is going to be hard to calibrate. Okay. Got to kind of recalibrate, because on an iPad Pro it's like maybe 8 inches tall and maybe 5 inches wide. I'm just kind of making that up, but it's pretty big. And on a phone you just kind of flick your finger, whereas on this you've really got to put your arm into it. So it works, a little bit of adjusting. The game is definitely made for a smartphone, and there's a disclaimer Niantic gives you that if you use another device, do so at your own risk, essentially, which we're doing. But I prefer that you see a bigger view, so yeah, expect some bad throws, but I think we'll still get some good catches. And this particular Heatran, I know from his CP there, 2124, it's not the best we have. It had a 98 last night, which is a pretty good one that I caught during Raid Hour. So this isn't as good as that one, but it's still a 3-star. I'm confident about that. It might be like a 94% IV. Let's take a quick look. So this came from San Antonio, Texas, and not a bad IV. It's a keeper for now, 3-star, and we're gonna heal up, and we are ready for the next raid. Okay, let's get everyone revived. All right. Okay, so what do we have going on here? So we have our Gotcha Evolve in the background. If you see the ball, which I'm kind of tapping near it to surround it, that is a Gotcha Evolve. I don't want to tap it because it'll disconnect. That's catching Pokemon that may be in the background. What I'm going to do is throw an incense so that we'll actually hopefully have some to catch. Now, we do have our good friend over here trying to update us on a quest. Okay, do you read these? I should read these, I often don't. Okay, yes, go on walks is good for you. Okay, so I'm on this challenge right now to get to level 46, which requires various tasks that have to be completed. And I'm just doing a quick update to see where we fall. I'm not going to scan a waterfall, so we need some new quests ASAP. Why do we need new quests ASAP? Because to get to the next, oops, if I can get out of here. Wow, it's really weird on an iPad. So just take a look at the quest here. So basically I'm working on completing 100 field research tasks, 60 down, 40 to go. And then at that point, you'll see I already have the experience for level 46, but need to complete the quest first. That's the way it works. As you reach higher levels, nothing is easy. Hello, G Prime. I think I've seen you before. I could be wrong, but thanks for being here. Hello, Piggy Bow. Thank you for your comments in chat. I finally got a shiny, believe it or not. I've been seeking a Heatran shiny, and for those of you that may have been with us on the raid hour about 18 hours ago in a different time zone in a different part of the world, we were seeking a shiny. We never got one, but finally, believe it or not, in a random raid invite this morning, unless I dreamt it, no, there it is. So managed to get a shiny Heatran, which is a 3-star. I'd like the attack a little stronger, but not bad. Can't complain. Happy to have the shiny Heatran. Very cool. It's got purple eyes. Look at that. And here's our next invite, and we're jumping in. So the way, we gotta buy more raid passes, darn it. The way you get these shinies and hundos meaning perfect 100% IVs, is you just keep on raiding, and sometimes you have to question, is it worth spending more money, or is it time to stop and play for free? And I go in waves of playing for free and playing for, pay when you buy these Pokecoins. You can also put your Pokemon in gyms, and you earn 50 Pokecoins per day if they, not per day. As long as they sit there for 8 hours, you get 50 Pokecoins max. Even if they're there for 10 days, you still only get 50. But if you put your Mons in 10 gyms times 50, that's 500. You can run the math and generate Pokecoins that way. So we have 12 in this raid. We can kind of scroll through. On an iPad, it's a little bit of a distorted view, but it's much bigger. As those of you that were with us on the last raid will probably appreciate, it's a better view, but the lobby's a little bit scrunched up. But we can deal with that. And I'm reading your comments in chat. Appreciate the comments. So what we're going to be doing as far as friend codes, we deal with this a lot, and we've decided the best solution is to create for you, our viewers, a channel on Discord that lets us share our code with you and lets you share your code with us and with other trainers to coordinate raids around the world whenever you want. And that's going to be going live pretty quick. We're actually finished building it. It's just in kind of quality control right now, and within a week, 2 at the most, it will be live, and we'll post the link on the channel. We'll launch a video once that goes live to show you how to use it. And if you're subscribed, you'll know when that happens, so please subscribe. That's how we're going to do the code exchanges as far as our trainer codes, because when we do it live, the problem is my friends list is maxed out. I have to delete trainers to add trainers, so we have to kind of do it a little more strategically, and can't do it right now because we're maxed out. I added a few new friends last night, deleted a few live, And we're maxed out again. So apologize, I can't add you now. But yeah, the Discord channel will be awesome. We had so many people on our last broadcast exchanging friend codes, which is great, and I believe a lot of them ended up coordinating raids together. But we're going to make it easier to do with Discord, which is, you know, totally free to you, of course. So okay, here we go. We won, which is good. We need to win, and we've got a kind of a low IV Heatran here. We're kind of in a hurry to catch these for, oh, look at that. Yeah, the iPad throw is just weird. Okay, got to remember to really throw it. The reason we're kind of hurrying is because it's raid hour, and the reason it's called raid hour, guess what? It lasts 1 hour, and we're already 19 minutes into that hour. So we are trying to do as many raids as we can in as short a time as possible. And our bag is full. You know, the thing about expanding the bag, you can see that I've increased the bag storage up to 4,000, but the more I increase it, it's always full. Like, it's just kind of amazing. It's always full, no matter what I do. Do I need to use any of these before I delete them all? No. Okay, how about some berries? Need to make room in the bag. We've got way too many charged TMs. We've got way too many. You get these as you raid, so you just don't need 100 of them. Can I delete some berries? Berries, berries, where are you, berries? We're going to delete these. I just don't use them. And yeah, we can delete raspberries. Cool. Okay, that gave us room. All right, we're back. We're battle ready. And here we go for the next round. Is this our invite? No, this is someone else. I'd love to join this raid. Also from Dallas, Texas, another friend, Nola127. But if I join this, I'll miss the one I'm committed to. And when you coordinate when you coordinate raids with others, you can't really let them down. You know, when you say you're going to be there, they're counting on you. You got to show up. And this is a coordinated raid effort that we're in right now. And you'll be able to do that in our Discord channel. You can coordinate raids and make sure you have enough other, you know, people with you. And of course, you want to show up once you've committed, or they'll lose. And whose fault will that be? I don't want it to be my fault. So, okay, invite pending, and we'll be in our next one. Any questions, let me know. I'm looking at the comments now. Yeah, good question. So today we will be live in about 10 hours, again, just like we're live now, for the robot raid hour. And I'm looking forward to that. So we've got the Reggie trios, which I'm really excited about. I don't know why. I just like catching robots for some reason. So we've got Reggie Gigas, not Reggie Gigas, sorry. I'm thinking about Reggie Gigas. Reggie Steel, Reggie Rock, Reggie Ice. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the Reggie trio, this is Reggie Gigas, so we've got some shinies there. But Reggie Steel, Reggie Rock, and Reggie Ice, if you see kind of right here on the screen, those three, that's what we'll be raiding tonight. And I'm definitely looking for shinies. All three are available in shiny form. I'm clicking your friend code so you can share it with others, Ilon. It doesn't show up unless I release it, which I just did. So yeah, that'll be cool. And our raid hour in about 10 hours will last 2 hours. So that begins at 6 p.m. Singapore time, which you might have to Google depending on where you are. Here's your invite. Thank you, Nacho. 6 p.m. Singapore time till about 8:30 p.m. Because we go from Singapore into Indonesia. Australia is actually the first country that I'm aware of where raid hour will begin initially. If you're in Australia, you get it first. There might be a few countries that get it just a bit before Australia. I'm not sure where that might be though. So yeah, so we begin in Singapore, then Indonesia, then we kind of circle the globe, which we are right now, to San Antonio, Texas. I believe that's where these raids are coming from. Yeah, your Heatran fled yesterday. I'm responding to some chat comments, and that certainly happens. Sometimes, you know, there are some of them, it just like, they're determined to get away, and whatever you do, they get away. And you know, I've had some where every throw is either, like, the majority are excellence, and if they're not excellence, they're greats, and they still get away, and I'm using golden raspberries every time. Sometimes you can just tell that they're just gonna run, you know, and there's nothing you can do, so don't blame yourself. Other times, horrible throw, first shot, you grab it. So it's just kind of, it's based on skill, but it's also based on you know, kind of these different algorithms that Niantic apparently is using. Some of them are just super hard to catch. I know some trainers that'll throw like level 50 back-to-back excellent every time, and some of them still get away. So don't feel bad if it happens. It's not like you could have done better unless you totally miss it. Well, then you're not going to catch it. And remember, if you get a shiny, all you have to do is get the ball in that circle in a raid, not in the wild, but a shiny in a raid like this. All you have to do is get the ball in the circle, and if you do that, you catch it. So, yeah. So catching shinies in raids is super easy. That's one of the reasons we love to catch shinies in raids. Not only do you want the shiny, but you don't have to throw 10 plus balls, you just catch it. In the wild, shinies, you're not guaranteed to catch them. You do have to throw your best, use the right berry, and give it all you got. As well as in the shadow encounters, the shinies, to my knowledge, are not guaranteed. I try my best and they jump out and you gotta keep going and catch them. But a shiny in a raid is a one-ball catch, as long as you hit it in the circle. Okay, so here we are with Rhyperior always seems to be chosen in the recommended battle party. We've got 12, so this is looking very easy. I tried the other day with 2, and it doesn't look easy, and you don't win. It's pretty darn hard. It might be possible if both are on Mega and both are like maxed out Pokemons, level 50. But yeah, I prefer this route. You can see Heatran's just in a matter of, what, 20 plus seconds. Heatran has fallen. Any questions, post them in chat. And here we go. Do we have another shiny? Do we have a hundo? I sure hope so. Thank you, Texas, for all the Heatrans. It's hot in Texas, maybe not right now, but I guess that's why there's so many Heatrans there, because they are hot. Okay, well, it's not a shiny, and it's not a good IV. So why do we care? Why are we catching this? Well, we're not, because we missed it. Wow, look at that. Okay, iPad recalibration time. Put your arm into it. I'm talking to myself. So the reason we care and the reason we catch it, even though I have a lot of Heatrans, even though I know from the CP 2081, it's not one I'm going to keep. I better focus here. Is simply because we want the candy. Because when you catch, you get candy, and if you're level 40 plus, you get XL candy, which lets you level up your Mons above level 40 all the way up to level 50. And just to show you where did this Heatran come from, San Antonio, Texas. 2-star going to the Professor. Okay, so we did get candy, and that was kind of the point of that catch. Now, just to tell you, if you don't do raids much and you catch one Heatran and it has 2 stars, like, don't transfer it to the Professor. I'm only doing that because I have a lot of them, and if you have a lot of them, at a certain point your bag gets full, and your storage gets full, so you got to transfer some. But, you know, I've got enough of them to where I can afford to transfer the lower IV ones. Last night, where is the 98? Where did the 98 go? I'm missing it. There it is. So this was a catch last night, I believe, that came from Singapore, which is a pretty solid IV. But really quick, just to make one other point for you, for anyone that might feel bad about catching one that has a 2-star. One of my most effective raiding Pokemons is this shiny Garchomp. And the reason I powered it up, it's a shiny, so I thought, what the heck, I'll power it up. And its scores are not good at all. I mean, it's a low 2-star. The attack is horribly low. I mean, look at that. But even though that's what it is, it's a superstar champion in raids and PvP, and it crushes everyone. So, you know, it's always nice to have a, you know, a hundo, which that is, perfect scores. But honestly, if you power it up enough, I don't know how much it really matters. So yeah, if you catch one and it's a 2-star, don't transfer it. My advice, at least. Okay, we're raiding on the next invite any moment. Well, in chat, talking to G Prime, yeah, you're lucky that you have a Meltan to evolve. I'm still working on that quest, and I started that quest late. I was traveling, And as you see, I need to catch one Omanite or a Kabuto, as well as an Aerodactyl, and then I'll have a Meltan, which obviously becomes our good friend Melmetal, which is a real hassle for everybody that goes up against in Battle League. So I certainly want one. I don't have one, and you got to complete that quest. So that's great. You finished it. Meltan's cool. And the reason Meltan's cool is because it becomes Melmetal when evolved. And Melmetal is just no fun to fight. So it's great to have one because you frustrate everyone else that you're up against in Go Battle League. Go Battle League resets, by the way. The next season starts in a few days. Okay, so we're doing some catches. By the way, here's our invite. There we are. Will it be a shiny? My true hope, what I'm really hoping for, which is totally unlikely, is a high IV shiny. Like, I'm always hoping to get like a 98 IV shiny because that's the one I'd power up. The other advice I want to share with those of you that play Pokemon Go, and everyone makes this mistake, I've made it many times, wow, we only have 3 in the battle, is as soon as you catch one that's 3-star, you get excited and throw all your Stardust into it and all your candy and you power it up as high as you can. It's always better, be courteous to others, yes we shall. It's always better to wait until you need it, because what'll happen, you'll catch a cool 3-star and you're all excited, you'll power it up, and then you don't end up using it anytime soon, and then you catch a hundo or one that's like closer to a hundo and you're like, shoot, I should have waited. Or you get a really cool shiny that has a really good 3-star rating as well, and you wish you would have waited. So my advice, don't power it up until you need it. Need it for raids, like truly need it for Battle League. It's almost like running a business. You want to have that Pokemon, put them to work and Go Battle League to earn you a ton of Stardust, so you can become a Stardust millionaire or even a Stardust billionaire. You want to get a lot of Stardust. So I recommend evolving and powering up based on what's going to gain you experience and Stardust, not just for fun. I mean, you can do it for fun, but the ones that are really expensive to power up, like it's going to cost a couple 100,000 Stardust, you should be careful on. If it's just the, you're powering up something that's going to cost, a few thousand Stardust, there's no harm in that. But for legendaries, it's not cheap. Like to max out a legendary, you might spend 500,000 or more Stardust, 600,000 Stardust. So I'd wait to make sure you have the right one. Okay, we're up to 11. Any questions, post them in chat. Thanks for joining the live broadcast. Hope the audio's clear. When we're live, we never know. Unless you tell us. Okay. Always starting with Rhyperior. And I'm just going with the recommended battle party. You can kind of play around with it a little bit. And maybe do better than the recommended, but when you're doing Raid Hour and it's kind of back to back, well, I'm just going with the flow. The recommended tends to do very well. But sometimes if you're trying to earn buddy hearts, you'll want to make sure your buddy's in the battle. In this case, my buddy who's a level 50 Palkia is already best of buddies, so I'm not on a quest that requires hearts, so there's no real need right now to include Palkia in this battle. Okay, there we go again. Shiny Groudon finishes the battle for us. Lucky Egg ran out. Bummer, forgot to throw a new one. Not a shiny. And it's another low IV. So yeah, we're having kind of not the best luck in terms of high IVs and shinies and even throws. Okay, well, we got it there. And you guys are all welcome to share your codes with each other in chat. We'll be sharing our code on the Discord channel. Once you get into that, you'll have access to our codes and we'll be able to share codes and raid together. Right now my friend list is maxed, but you definitely can share with each other and coordinate some raids. Raid Hour, wherever you are in the world, well, your raid hour might have finished depending on where you're at. But if you're in North America, for example, it may not be 6 p.m. yet. Like if you're in, I think, West Coast USA, you've still got some time for Raid Hour. So you can join soon. Join raids in your time zone, 6 to 7 p.m. today. Okay, I better focus on a few throws here. Finally, an excellent. Yeah, I'm having trouble with excellence on iPad. I just am totally not used to it. But for those of you that were with us in the last raid hour, I'm sure you like the bigger screen. So this is for you. For me, it's a bit of a challenge on these throws. And some of the mons that are pretty hard to catch, like Yveltal, for example, I really wouldn't want to try on an iPad because you're doing these. Whoa, look at that! See, this is just the calibration's tricky. With the airborne kind of high flying, moving around while you're throwing dragon types, I don't think I'd want to catch them on an iPad. I'm willing to try, but I should probably get an iPad mini. The iPad Pro is just so big. Okay, so for those of you that want to be friends with other trainers in the chat, wow, I'm throwing horrible. They'll need your trainer code, as you probably know, not just your game name, because they can't search you with game name, but they can search you with trainer code. And it's probably good to provide your game name and your trainer code. And the reason is because they're going to end up with a lot of invites. For example, if you look at my situation here, I've got a lot of invites, but you can't see the code now. So how do I know what the code is? I have to know the game name. So if you invite someone, or if you're sharing codes in chat, definitely good to have the code and the game name, or they won't really know who you are. Yeah, hope that makes sense. Okay, so we are waiting for the next battle. We're going to go ahead and heal up here. We've got 25 minutes left in Raid Hour. Raid Hour, Texas. San Antonio. Oh, that reminded me as I see friendship levels going up. Time to throw another lucky egg to double that experience. We've got 24 minutes left in Raid Hour. It's worth it to get double experience. Instead of 10,000 per raid, we should hit 20,000 per raid. So definitely well worth it. Okay, Marcelo, I just clicked the button to have your code shared with everyone. Otherwise it gets auto-blocked. Oh, is this an invite? It is. Here we go. Gosh, we're burning through raid passes. Unbelievable. My sincere hope is that Pokemon Go provides a package to get more raid passes at a better price instead of having to buy in threes. It'd be nice to have like a 10-pack or something with a bigger discount because they just go so fast. They really do. So did anyone here do Raid Hour? Just curious, anyone watching do Raid Hour? If so, how did it go? Did you get a shiny? Are you happy with what you caught? Did it get away? I've definitely had a few get away. Well, we're up to 12. This is cool. I think we're going to let Palkia start this one out. I kind of miss using Palkia. Palkia's got such just a smooth, fluid attack flow, and also very, very powerful and does a ton of damage. So Palkia is going first. And who's second? I guess we'll stick with that. I think I'm going to put Dialga in there. Dialga's not ideal for this matchup, but I kind of like comparing the two. We had a conversation in the last stream about who does everyone prefer, Palkia or Dialga? Who do you all prefer, Palkia or Dialga? My opinion on that is Dialga is more effective overall in battles, especially in Battle League, I should say, like in Master League. But I enjoy Palkia a bit more just because of the way it attacks and how fast it is. So I prefer Palkia, but if I had to choose between the two, I find Dialga to be more effective overall. Oh, cool. So yeah, in chat, just responding, you did your great throws, 5 in a row, I believe that was. That's always a hassle, those 5 in a rows, whatever you have to throw when it's 5 in a row. it's like the pressure builds, and by the last throw, it's just so hard to hit it because you're worried about it, and then the Pokemon will jump, or you'll drop the ball. I mean, there's all these things that go wrong. I never like the 5 in a rows. There's something that happens on the way to level 50 where you have to hit 5 excellence in a row, and everyone struggles with it because something always goes wrong. Like 3 in a row, no problem, but when you get to 5, it's a little more complicated. I just had to finish for level 46. There was a challenge to get 50 excellence. Fortunately, it wasn't in a row, but every time you throw one, you see that tally adding up, number 1 of 50, number 2 of 50, and you start getting kind of pressure to hurry up and hit that number. I'm glad that's finished. But the 5 in a row is not easy. Okay, so look at this. It is a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, shiny Heatran. Look at that. Finally, I shouldn't say finally, I got one other one, but finally a Heatran during our time together live streaming. So we're gonna just go ahead and use a peanut berry to double the candy, because all you have to do is hit the Heatran with the ball. You don't have to throw great. As long as you hit the Heatran with the ball, which that was not a good throw, but we hit it, we get it, that's it. Finally a shiny, yay! And I believe it's a low 3-star. I'm not exactly sure where it falls, but so we got 3XL candy, we got double the regular candy. It doesn't double XL candy, or I'd use it every time. And what do we have here? So it's barely a 3-star, it's got a good attack, so happy to have it. Will I max power it up? Probably not. Why? Well, 475,000 Stardust, 248 candy, 296 candy XL. So at this point, the one that I'll be powering up is the 98 one that's not shiny, unless I get another shiny that that I'm pretty happy with. So Heatran and shiny. So if you look at these two, between these two, this one is from North York, Canada, kind of a low attack but little higher IVs. This one has a higher attack, little lower IVs. So yeah, but the truth is, if I'm going to, between those, if I get a little higher IV shiny, I'll go with the shiny. But at this point, the one that I would go with max powering out would be this one. Yeah. So there you go. Okay, next raid on the way. Tricks, I'm going to click the button, and so that your code can be shared with others. It's done. Everyone can see your code now. Okay, so we're catching in the background. Gotcha Evolved is at work. You can see the little indicator there. Did we catch it? No, Rhyhorn ran away. Did we catch anything cool? I'm going to look at recents real quick, and let's see here. So first, let's look at our low-rated ones, 0, 1, 2 star. I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to keep the Shelmet because I'm trading those. I'm trading Mudkips. What else? I'm just going to make some room and storage here with a lot of these Mons that I just don't need more of. Okay, we're going to do a bulk transfer here to make room. Look at all these catches. Wow. Okay, Piplup, Mankey. Mankey's a monkey, in case you didn't know. Okay, Piplup, yes. Okay, where else? Tangela. Keep the Mudkips. Okay, we're transferring 31. And I always do this, so we're not going to put emojis in search. I always do this just out of curiosity. Nope, didn't get a 4-star. I was just wondering if we got a perfect. Okay, we got invites, but not the one we're waiting for. I'd love to join, but kind of the etiquette of raid coordination, when you've committed to join someone's raid, you gotta wait for them, so we're waiting. I've healed everyone up. We've got incense going. We are catching Mons. Well, we've got, yeah, raids coming in out of Texas and Illinois right now. So, okay. Back here real quick. Just curious, did we catch anything great? Got some 3 stars, but okay. Is our... Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Nacho. All right. Boom. Back in the battle. So you guys that are interested in coordinating raids, yeah, post your codes if you want. and at each other and do some raids, because 6 to 7 p.m. wherever you are, if you're in a time zone where it is November 27th, between 6 and 7 p.m. there are some great raids coming up with Heatran, which is quite rare. And then also of important note, on November 28th, which is Sunday, 6 to 7 p.m., the Robot Trio, really officially known as the Reggie Trio. Reggie Steel, Reggie Ice, Reggie Rock, the 3 robots, all with shinies available, will be in this next raid hour that's coming up on November 28th, 6 to 7 p.m., wherever in the world you are. Now, the cool thing about raid hour is wherever you are, you can invite others to your raids, but you can have people all over the world inviting you to their raids that are, you know, whenever it's 6 to 7 p.m. in their time zone. So, like, we had a live stream yesterday, basically, which would have been a day early for some of you, because in Singapore, it hits 6 p.m. on the 27th, long before it does in America or Canada. So yeah, hope that makes sense. Okay, please make sure to subscribe so you know when we're live, and so you get our Discord link soon for setting up raids together. Can't wait to share that with you. I wish it was ready today, but it should be ready within a week at the most 2. We don't want to rush it. We want to make sure everything works just right. That will let you for free coordinate raids with others, including us. I keep mentioning it because I know some of you are just joining. And also, please like the video. It helps us really a lot. Okay, so we've got Kyogre, who's one of my favorite mons to do battle with. It's definitely vulnerable to flamethrower, to fire, as a rare would be. And Heatran, who's all fired up, is vulnerable to water. So Kyogre's damaging to Heatran, Heatran's damaging to Kyogre. And now we've got Gyarados, who began as a tiny little Magikarp and is now a mighty 96 IV dragon. That cost 400 candy, by the way, to evolve a Magikarp into a Gyarados. So I remember the first time I did that, it took so long to get those 400 candies. Okay, so we got the Traveler Award. All right. Bonus challenge. Back-to-back shiny. Double shiny action. It is a shiny day, or a shiny night, I should say. Check this out. Back-to-back shinies. That's so cool. That doesn't happen too often, so that's awesome. Time to buy a lottery ticket. All right. All right. Back-to-back shinies. That's kind of an epic outcome because it just doesn't happen that you get back-to-back shinies. If it does, that's rare. Okay, so this is a lower IV one, but this is, you might wonder, why do I really want, if I have 2 or 3 shinies, why would I keep one that has a lower IV? Isn't that cool looking? Purple eyes, wow. Well, the reason I'll keep it is this. Do you guys know what a lucky trade is? Or lucky friends? So once you become best friends with someone, just give me 1 second and I'll explain this. Okay, so once you become lucky friends with someone, so if you go into your friends here, I'm going to sort by friendship level. Once you become lucky friends with someone, so first you have to be best friends, which means all 4 circles are completed. That happens with interactions, sending gifts, opening their gifts, or doing raids together, all those things. You can hit what I've hit with Czar 1404. You see the different look there? That means we're lucky friends. Also, got some other lucky friends, Bash for you. So once you hit lucky friends, the very next trade you do with that trainer, you have to be in the same area as them, like the same mall. You can't be in different countries. You gotta be in the same area. So, but the very next trade you do with them is a lucky trade. Now, with a lucky trade, what that means is that it's not going to be a wasted trade where you end up with like a 0 IV. It's most likely going to be a 3-star, so it's going to have good scores, and also it's going to be considered a lucky Pokemon. And as a lucky Pokemon, it costs half the Stardust to power it up. So that is really cool. Now, The other thing, that's one thing that can happen. You become lucky friends with someone. Once you become lucky friends, it's just one trade and then you're not lucky friends anymore. You can hit it again and again. There's like a 2% chance roughly to hit it. I'm gonna make sure we're not missing a raid. But yeah, so once you hit lucky friends, the very next trade's a lucky trade, meaning that Pokemon trade will, each trainer will get a lucky Pokemon, which will cost half the Stardust to power up, and normally it will be 3 stars. It can, I believe, be high 2s, but usually it's 3. Okay, so that's how you get a lucky Pokemon. Or the other way you get a lucky Pokemon, anytime you trade with anybody, there's a small chance it becomes a lucky Pokemon, but it's small, but it happens. So the reason I'm making this point is if you get a lower IV Pokemon, lucky or shiny like this one, and if I have a lucky trade with someone that also has something they want to trade me, let's say they have a shiny Heatran and we do a trade, well, if it's a lucky trade guaranteed, which you know if they're a lucky friend it will be, this Heatran will end up being a lucky shiny Heatran. Probably will go from 2 stars, most likely will hit 3 stars, not, you know, most likely will. So far it always has for me. And it'll cost half the Stardust to power up, meaning instead of 475,000 to max it out, it'll be like, you know, 230 something thousand. So that's the beauty of trading, especially if you become lucky friends. And that's why it's nice to have some extra shinies. Now, if you get enough extra shinies, like I only have 3 right now, so I'll be a bit careful, but let's say I get a 4th or a 5th shiny, well, I'm willing to take the risk with someone to trade my shiny Heatran for their shiny Heatran, and we might get lucky and it could end up being randomly a lucky trade, and if it is, that's going to be an awesome shiny lucky Heatran, and if not, it can go down to like a 0 IV. Like, you know, so, but if you have enough, instead of transferring to Professor, try to trade with someone and you might get lucky and have the scores go way up. Could become a hundo. Hope that makes sense. That's a lot of detail, and I don't have any visuals to share with you other than just words, so if you have any questions, let me know. But trading is one of the best things about this game. If you have a friend that you see or encounter or live near and you can trade, you can do 1 special trade a day, which would be like a shiny or a legendary or a shiny legendary. And I've done some trades that ended up going right to hundo. Like, can't remember offhand which ones, but yeah, there are some. I think it was Heracross. I did a Heracross trade a while back. It was like a 2-star, and it went to a perfect score hundo in a trade. So there's two ways to get a lucky Pokemon. One is random. Every time you do a trade, it could happen. The second is you become best friends. You keep exchanging gifts once you're best friends. Keep raiding together, and eventually you'll hit lucky friends, and then that gives you that guaranteed next trade. That's the real magic, because when you know you have a guaranteed next trade is lucky, you can use a super awesome Pokemon that's like a shiny, that's rare, and I mean, never do it if it's a hundo, because it won't go up, it might go down. You know, never do it if it's like a 98. But if you have a really cool Pokemon that is, let's say it's a 2-star, you have nothing to lose, because it's probably going up and it's going to become a lucky, and it will be half the Stardust to power up. So I've got a ton of luckies, and they're great. That's the lucky lecture. Okay, will we have a 3rd shiny in a row? No, we won't. You might be wondering that, and I am too, but I'm like totally confident that's not happening. If that happens, I'm immediately gonna like end the stream and go buy a lottery ticket. Oh well, no lottery ticket. Okay, so they're giving us low IVs today. They meaning the powers that be behind the game itself. But we need the XL candy, so we'll take them. So this one, and if you're not sure how I know from the CP. So with 2082, you can look this stuff up, you can Google it. There are various sites that make it easy to check this out and to know what the hundo is. Well, that was a bad throw. So you'll know what the hundo is, which kind of helps, because if I look at this and it's a hundo, I'm gonna like stand up, take a deep breath, and try to throw every ball as an excellent, which, you know, you got to really focus for that when you're kind of sitting at an angle and holding an iPad Pro in one hand and throwing with one finger. while talking, you may not hit an excellent. But if it's a hundo, I'm doing everything I can to get an excellent every time. I have had a hundo get away, and that sucks. That's not a good feeling, by the way. It was a Zamazenta hundo. I saw the IV, I'm like, yes, this is a hundo. And for some reason that day, I was just struggling to catch everything. Like, everything was immune to excellent throws and golden raspberries. It just didn't care, kind of like this one here. It's just stubborn. And that day, wow, the hundo got away. Okay, I really got to remember I'm not on an iPhone, I'm on an iPad here. All right, come on, Heatran. You're being difficult. You are being difficult and I'm throwing bad. It's a bad combination. Okay, wow, what's up with my throws? That's just horrible. All right. I'm getting overly excited because of the earlier, wow, this dude is just like totally difficult, huh? Thanks, Palkia, for the catch assist. Sometimes they just won't stop moving around. You can use a Nanab berry to slow them down a bit. And sometimes that's a great opportunity to help with the catch. They kind of stop moving. Okay, Raid Hour continues. Please click subscribe so you'll know what we're up to. And so you'll know about our soon coming raid coordination Discord channel coming up in the next few weeks. Okay, so what do we have here now? We have cut. Oh, we were talking about Luckies. And Luckies are really cool. Check out all these Luckies. These are all Luckies. They're very lucky. So one example is an Eevee. I have a ton of shiny Eevees, like maybe 15 of them. So, and a lot of them have 0 IV. So the question is, you know, what are you going to do with it? Transfer the professor? Well, no. You can trade that with someone else, and it could become, like this one did, a lucky Eevee. Yeah. Like this one's pretty cool, a lucky Charmeleon. So check that out. So the Stardust, it's like super cheap to power up. And yeah, isn't that awesome? And just a few days ago, I was able to get a lucky Giratina. Why is that cool? Because Giratinas cost a lot to power up, so instead of close to 500,000, it's only 237,000. That's still a lot, but luckily I've saved up a bit of Stardust. And while I'm talking, Sir Nacho has invited us to another raid, and we are jumping in from San Antonio, Texas, home of 2 shinies in a row. And mini Heatran. Okay, did I even revive? Losing track. I did. So why is our good friend Palkia not in the battle? I think we want Palkia, don't we? We're definitely not bringing Slacking in. He's a slacker. I guess we're good with that. Okay. Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to try... I'm just curious how... I've got this Lugia that I'm close to max powering up. And it's a 98 shiny Lugia. I want to give this Lugia a chance to see how it does in this battle. I don't expect it will do great, but we're going to give it a shot. Okay. So when Prezzoon, you asked what servers? Let me know what you mean by that. If you're talking about the Discord channel, which I think you might be, we're going to be able to provide a link to that. It's almost ready to go public within 2 weeks at the most. Maybe we finished it. We're just doing quality control. So it should be done within 2 weeks or maybe 1. I'm trying to push to have it done. Like, I wish it was done tonight, but yeah, it's just not quite done. There are things you have to do, like rules and things to manage it to make sure that, you know, it stays clean and there's no problem. So we're just working through those things. Oh yeah. Well, okay. So the Discord server-wise is US, but who knows what Discord uses? I mean, they probably are bouncing off servers all over the world, so I don't know exactly, but it'll be through Discord. Okay, we've got. This might be our last raid of this raid hour. There's probably going to be one more. I bet there's one more. Usual raid hour has a couple lingering battles. Yeah, so I think I got that answer for you there. Yeah, so America, but you know, who knows what Discord uses? So they probably have servers in different countries, I imagine. Oh, okay, the raid. Yeah. Well, this raid is from San Antonio, Texas, but I was invited by someone in San Antonio. I'm not in San Antonio, so he would have to invite you, but it's already like finishing right now. So, but if it's not 6 p.m. yet where you are, you can jump into hopefully raid hour where you are, and you can post your friend code and see if you can hook up with some others in the chat. And you know, others will watch this video later as well, so you might connect with some more trainers. If you want to post your code, feel free to do it. Okay, so we've got another Heatran here. This one at least is a low 3-star. Not like totally low, but you know, we're definitely not hitting any hundos, it seems. But we did have 2 shinies in a row. Well, that was an easy catch. See, some of them are just easy, and some of them are just the most difficult, stubborn creatures that you would ever imagine meeting. And those are the ones I usually meet. People too. Okay, so what do we have here? So we have, I think there's at least one more. Yeah, I wish I could invite you, but I'm not the one doing the invites. But once we have our Discord live, you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to go in, post a raid that's near where you are, and others will say, I'm in, and then you just get their friend codes, you add them as friends, and you go raid with them. And also others will post, hey, I got a raid here against whatever, Dialga, and then you say, I'm in, and they invite you. So that's what will happen in Discord. It's super cool, super easy to do, and I can't wait to make it live. So we're waiting on one more raid. You know, and I will put I always do this even though I kind of shouldn't. And the reason I shouldn't is, one second. The reason I shouldn't is because my friend list is packed right now. I need to delete friends, but what I'm going to do is put my friend code in chat so that as soon as I make room, I can add. You'll kind of be there in queue waiting for me to delete some to add some. So I posted my friend code. I'm just going to put one of our team members' codes in here too, who's another heavy raider. So I put my code in first. That starts with the 22, and one of our team members' code starts with the 69. There you go. It's in chat. Okay, we're waiting on the next raid. Okay, where is it? It's coming our way, I've just been told. So in the background, I'm actually coordinating with others that are inviting me to these raids. And that's what we're going to be able to offer you through our Discord channel for free very soon. You still have to have raid passes. So, you know, and the raid passes you use an app. You can gain coins to pay for raid passes by defeating gyms. Like you see this gym near me, you go into those gyms, you beat everyone there, you put your Pokemon in there, you hold it for 8 hours, and you don't have to sit there for 8 hours, you just hope no one beats you. You can feed your Pokemon berries while they're in the gym, and you get 50 coins if it's made at 8 hours, and if you grab 10 gyms, that's 500. Thank you for sending that request. I can't add right now. I wish I could, but I can't because of the fact that my friend list is so packed and there's so many people waiting right now to be added. I have to do it a bit strategically. Do you have a bunch of people lined up for your raid? Like, do you have 5? Just curious. Okay, here we go with our invite. And I'm also committed to this raid hour, so like, when you're coordinating raids with others, you probably know this. I just want to, some people may not know this, so I'm saying it. when you're coordinating raids, and once you've committed to join, you kind of have to join. So right now I'm in these raids with Mr. Nacho from San Antonio, Texas. And you really need, so yeah, to do a raid against most legendaries like this one, it's pretty tough with 3. Like if everyone's level 40 plus, maybe not. You win some, you lose some. It's a tough battle. You got to tap like crazy and hope you win. But with 4 that are high level, okay. But if everyone's like level 30, you know, you should probably have like, I don't know, 6 or 7. If everyone's in their level 40 range, 4 plus is fine. It just kind of depends where everyone's at. So, but with 2, you wouldn't have much of a chance. With 4 plus with decent levels should be fine. With, you know, if you're like less than level 30, you probably need like 7. But if you have a few level 40 pluses, that helps. And the reason it helps with higher levels is their Pokemons are stronger because they've had more time to play, more time to earn Stardust, more time to power up their Mons. And so, why are we starting with Dawn Fam, I wonder? Did I forget revives and heals? No? Okay. Interesting. The recommended party's kind of interesting. We've got the ancient elephant Dawn Fan leading the way. Alright, Heatran. Heatran from San Antonio. Will you be another shiny? Will you be another shiny? So we're doing earthquake attacks, which makes sense. By the way, earthquake attacks usually don't work very good against flying opponents, which kind of makes sense. Like, is a bird hurt by an earthquake? Well, if they're on the ground, maybe. If they're flying, probably not. So earthquake attacks work good against this particular legendary because it's on the ground. But if you use earthquake against a dragon that's flying, like in Yveltal, for example, it's probably not going to do a whole lot of damage, which makes sense. And since this is a fire-type Pokemon, thus the name Heatran, fire attacks won't do much damage, but water attacks sure will. But everything does some damage. But it's vulnerable to these dynamic punches that our Hundo Champ is throwing back to back. This Machamp is like the world heavyweight champion of the world in Pokemon Go. Hundo, almost level 50, like pushing level 49 right now on this Machamp. So yeah, Prezwan, so the key is to coordinate the raid. You need to have a few more trainers involved. Once we get that Discord launched, you will have a great opportunity to get into raids with other trainers. And that's kind of where it's at, because then you'll be able to do raids with 5 or 10. And that makes it a lot more fun. With like 3, you just lose slowly and it's not very much fun to lose. But with like 10, it's super fun. Even with 5 or 6. Okay, so we got another low IV. See, we got that 3XL candy. So let's see, where are we at? Okay, so we're gonna heal up. So this is Raid Hour. Pokemon Go has Raid Hour. Typically it's every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. in your time zone, wherever you are. But right now there's this special Raid Hour, which is taking place on kind of different days than usual. We had one last night, tonight, tomorrow night, the next night, ongoing. So yeah, and tonight is the Reggie Trio, which is super awesome. We're going to have Reggie Gigas, not Reggie Gigas, I keep saying that, not Reggie Gigas as far as I know. So it's Reggie Steel, Reggie Ice, and Reggie Rock. And those ones are, let me show you real quick. Reggie, we're gonna scroll through the Gigas and down to, so we're gonna have Reggie Rock for Raid Hour tonight. Reggie Rocks, now depending on your time zone, you might wonder when I say tonight what I mean. That is gonna be November 28th. In your time zone, we have the Reggie Trio. Reggie Rock, as you can see, Reggie Ice, which is really Reg Ice, Reggie Rock, Reg Ice, it's not Reggie Ice, Reg Ice, and Reggie Rock. So that's what we've got tonight. There are shinies available for all of those, and I forgot about Registeel. It's been a lot of raids, losing my mind. So we got Registeel, Regirock, and Regice. Yeah, that's what we got tonight. So that's coming up. That's going to be fun. And the reason it's cool is because there are shinies available. And as you probably saw when I was showing you, I just wanted to make sure the raid didn't start yet. As you can see, I've got various shiny Regigigas, which are cool, but I don't have any shiny Regirocks. I'll just sort it this way. It makes a little more sense because I'm losing my train of thought here. So Regirock tonight, Regice tonight, Registeel tonight. I'm really looking forward to a shiny green Registeel. That's my goal. And tonight's the night to make that dream come true. So I encourage you, if you can, if you're into it, to take part in the raid hour that is happening tonight. Okay, why did our Gotcha Evolve stop catching? Our incense is going. What happened? Reconnect, please. Our lucky egg ran out, which is okay because raid hour is almost over. Okay, now we're connected. We've got incense going so we can keep catching. Okay. So a moment of silence as we wait for our next raid. Coming soon, I hope. And that's what we have to do, is just wait. We're waiting for the invite. And it should be here soon. I think we're waiting for someone to catch. There we go. So when you're coordinating also, usually you wait for whoever's catching to finish. And once everyone has finished the catch, you move on to the next. Okay, here we go. Palkia 98 IV leading the pack. We might have fewer in this raiding party, it looks like. Great, glad you were able to connect with one of our team members. Very cool. So if you're just getting started out in the game, you know, it's all about catching as many mons as you can, trying to do some raids, doing Go Battle League if you can, and just gaining experience and leveling up. Building up Stardust. My advice is don't use all your Stardust as soon as you earn it, but save it up until you really need it. Lawrence, I just unlocked your message so people can see your trainer code. So you guys can coordinate with each other for raids, but remember they will need your code number as well as your game name. So the code number is like 12 digits, and also your game name so they know who you are, so they can add you. But they can't search by game name, only by trainer code, and then they'll see your game name pop up. So anyway, it helps to have both. But the key is the trainer code, which is a total of 12 numbers. Someone last night said their code was 11111111111. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe it was. Okay, so I think they were looking at another number maybe. Okay, here we go. Another Heatran. Too bad we're not on Lucky Egg this whole time. I forgot for about half of the raid hour. Raid hour is kind of more than an hour, as you've seen. And the reason is because a lot of times they're kind of staggered, so even when the hour's up, there's usually a few remaining. Lawrence, I just unlocked that message too, so your code should now be visible as you requested. Okay, so Palkia's attack, Aqua Tail, is effective because water is good versus fire, which Heatran is a fire Pokemon. But Palkia's fast attack, as you can see, is not very effective, but it's still doing damage. And we've got 9, which is why this looks so easy. If you've got 3, it's not going to look as easy. Okay, Palkia, you can do it. One more attack. Boom, got him. Palkia fights till the bitter end. Look at that, one more attack. And now he's gone. Okay, well, that was a good one. So with Gyarados, would you use Outrage or Hydro Pump? Outrage is not water-based attack, Hydro Pump is, so we're going with water. To put out the fire called Heatran. The only time I'll use Outrage is if we're not going to make it to Hydro Pump. This is close, but we can just get there because we're about to get knocked out. And now, because we have so little time left, well, if we had time, I would have done Outrage. Outrage still will do damage, but not as much as Hydro against a fire type. Okay. Okay, here we go. What do we have here? 13 charged attacks. Okay, cool. Well, it's not a shiny, but 3 shinies today already. Can't complain. It seems to be probably kind of a low 3-star. Would be my guess, but I'm not sure. Okay, gotta put my arm into these throws. Okay. Yeah, bad throws. But Palkia helped out with the catch assist. That's one reason you want your buddy to become at least 2 circles complete. Because you get catch assist, and if you throw it a good throw, as you can see, it'll bounce it back to right where you hit it usually. But if you miss, it's not going to be helping. So here we go. Yeah, you're welcome to invite. Just responding to messages in chat. You can certainly invite, but just keep in mind that you do need enough people to do the raid. So if it's like, 2 people and a legendary, it's not going to work. So you really need, depending on your level, what level are you at? Depending on your level, you might need up to five people in the raid. So 1 wouldn't be enough. So that's the key: is do you have enough to pull it off? And if so, it's worth giving it a shot. Certainly. And for those of you trying to coordinate with others, make sure that they would have to have your trainer code to add you. You can't add just with the game name. So what we're doing right now, this is a Heatran that doesn't have a super high IV. We've got higher, so I'm probably not going to keep this one. I'm going to transfer it to Professor, which gives you candy. And when you catch it, you get candy. So we'll see if we catch it, because I'm just throwing without looking. Well, so for the friend to invite you, they need to have a Heatran Raid near them. Does that make sense? So you can invite people to your Heatran Raid that you see. They can invite you to their Heatran Raid that they see. So, sorry if that doesn't make sense, but talking and throwing too much. So, yeah, if you've got a raid near you, you've got to send the invites. They can't invite you to that one. Does that make sense? Okay, so at least the excellent worked. We caught it. And what is the IV? See, it's okay, low 3 stars. We're not going to keep it, but we'll take the XL candy, of course. I'm just confirming something. Okay, let's see what we have here. I'm just checking in. And I'm checking in if there are more to go. Okay, cool. So we're gonna heal up. Sometimes I forget to do this and I go and raid with like 50 mons needing to be healed, so I'm trying to be responsible and take care of business and get these guys healed up. And there's another one. Wow, back to back. This is like super intense raiding. Considering that we were doing this for 2.5 hours yesterday, thanks to Singapore and Indonesia, and now thanks to San Antonio, Texas. Wow, it's another hour and a half. That's like 4 hours of straight Heatran raids. And how many shinies do we get? I think we have 4. Yeah, 4. 3 today, 1 yesterday. No, was it none yesterday? 3 total. 3 shinies in 4 hours. So that's like 3 shinies out of 30, which is like 1 out of 10. That's actually not too bad of a rate. I didn't get any yesterday and caught like 20, but today have 3. So yeah. All right, so we've got 9 in this battle party. And I know it's hard. Some of you are trying to coordinate raids with each other and trade codes and all that. Just remember, you need to provide your trainer code to them and your game name to make it convenient. To coordinate raids the way we'll be doing it, we're going to offer you a link in the next few weeks, 2 or less, to our Discord channel that's almost finished to go live, that'll let you coordinate raids like you're trying to do right now in Discord. You won't have to pay anything. It's free to join that. And that will let you find others to raid with. Very simple. It's kind of hard in the chat, although you can make friends and connect and share your codes, which is awesome to do. But it's just hard to coordinate, you know, because you do need to have enough people in a raid, or it's not going to be able to happen. So to do that, you really need to use the right platform. And we're going to give that to you soon. But right now, yeah, as far as I'm just responding to some chat messages. As far as the friend inviting you, I don't know what raids the friend has, and that's the thing. So, you know, it might be like a 1-star raid. I don't know what's around. So you've probably got Heatran where you are, but I don't know what raids they have where they are, right? So normally you would be the one to invite. If you've got a super cool raid near you, you're the one sending the invites. But to do that, you kind of need to have enough people that are going to show up. Hope that makes sense. And so Veronica, I'm going to click the buttons so your code will show up. Prezwan, I'm going to click the button so your code will show up as soon as I can stop tapping this button, because I need to keep swinging. That champ wants to knock out Heatran, and he's trying for final strike. So after this final strike, I'm going to click the show, which will let you share your code that you're trying to share. Veronica and Prezwan. So, okay, that's from chat. So show, so Veronica is shown, Prezwan is shown. Now remember, you'll need each other's friend code, not just game name. Okay. All right, so Traveler Award. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. Another Heatran that's not a shiny. Okay, this is... I think this is a 98. I think that's the 98. I'm not totally sure. But I know we want to catch it. Based on that CP, we want to catch it. 2145, I think, is the hundo. Already have a 98, which I think is the same CP. So I'm not totally excited, but we'll certainly take it, and I better throw correctly. So this should be a 98 IV, and if I'm lucky... Oh shoot, yeah, I better focus here. What am I doing? Thank you, Palkia. If I'm lucky, it will be a 98 with the attack having the maxed out attack. Okay, time to focus. 14 throws. Better catch this one. Wow, I just can't throw anymore. It's been like, how many throws have I done? Let's see, like 4 hours of throws, 10 each. I don't know, is it 1,000? Okay, at least we caught it. So let's see if I'm right. I hope this is a 98 with a max attack. I don't know if it will be a max attack though. Nope. Okay, so it's actually a 96. So this is a 96, which is still great. Definitely a keeper for sure. So wait, what do we have here? Okay, so if we look at our Heatran, and if we sort by combat power. Okay, it was the 2840 that was 98. Yeah, this was the 98 with the max attack there. So that's super good one right there. This one's a 96, which is still great, but yeah. 2145 is what we wanted. Wow, look at that. Lorenz, I'll let your code be shared in just a moment here. Okay, Lorenz, your code should now show up. I'd love to be able to join these raids from Alpha Dragon, but I'm still locked into a coordinated raid hour, and this will be what's fun about our Discord is you're going to be able to do what I'm doing now, coordinate raids with others and go back to back like I'm doing, which is really fun. You don't have to go back to back, but I'm getting random invites, which I'd love to join, and I'm bummed out I can't, but I've already committed to raid hour with Nacho, And so, you know, I got to show up to the battle. You can't leave your friends out there hanging, waiting for you to show up and you're not there, because maybe there's only 4 in that battle, so I need to be there just in case. There's probably 10, but what if there's not? So, yeah. Cool, I'm glad you guys are connecting. Hopefully you can coordinate some raids. I sure hope you can. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and you'll know what we're up to next, which will be Raid Hour, 6 p.m. till about 8:30 p.m. That'll be Singapore time on November 28th, Sunday, for the Reggie Trio. Reggie Ice, Reggie Rock, and Reggie Steel. Okay, and the raids continue. We're waiting for our next invite. Yeah, I'm really glad you guys are connecting with each other and coordinating some raids. Hopefully one of you is in an area where you've got a Heatran raid right now, and if so, that is super cool. Okay, here we go. Thank you for joining this broadcast. The raids continue, back-to-back action, non-stop craziness. And for those of you that thought Pokemon Go was just about collecting Pokemons and trading them, you're seeing that there is another side to it, which is called battle. We're doing some serious battle. We're battling monsters right now. And this monster is a fire monster called Heatran, which is a rare legendary. I'm still seeking that hundo. Got a 98, can't complain. Have several shinies, can't complain. But we still want the hundo, of course, because it's perfect. Probably won't get it, but we want it. Okay, cool. You guys are inviting each other to raids and chat. That's super great. Very cool. Looks like Connor, Lawrence, Prezwan. Anyway, you guys are coordinating. Cool. Great to see. Okay, so we've got 10 in this raid. And this is like, not everyone does raids like you're watching me do. This is back-to-back super hardcore crazy raids when I should be doing other things, but instead I'm doing this. Hope you're enjoying it. We are relentless. We are committed. And that's what it takes to get to level 50, which I am not. I'm level 45, 46 maybe in about a week, and level 50 is a ways off. That is a long, long haul. Yeah, so if you've only got 3 people in a Heatran raid, unless you guys are like level 40 plus with maxed out mons, you're probably not gonna win, so I would jump out. Unless you want a slow loss, you could try it. You might get lucky, but probably, it depends on your levels. I don't know what your levels are, but 3 people. So it sounds like some of our viewers are coordinating a raid. So if anyone wants to raid, jump in the party, join the party. You can share your code if you want, if you're comfortable doing that, in chat and coordinate raids with each other. Okay. Hydro pump. Yeah, it looks like more are trying to join. So yeah, you guys that are coordinating raids, try to get 5. Try to get 5 trainers in there with you, or at least 4 others if you can, depending on your levels. I don't know your levels, but 3 is probably not enough. Like at level 45, if I'm in a raid with 3 against Heatran, I'll do it. But if everyone's level 45 and 3 of us, we might be able to pull it off. I think we can, but it's going to be hard and it's going to be close. So if you're like below level 33, it's just not going to work. Your mons won't be powered up enough. It'll just zap you into non-existence very fast. And you'll end up going through like 15 mons, and at the end, losing and getting one little potion as a reward, which is not worth it. 2111. Okay, another low 3-star. Okay. Okay. Is this a shiny? No. Alright, well, we'll take it. So what we're doing, and again, for those of you that aren't sure why we're raiding like crazy, we want a lot of XL candy, we want a lot of candy, so that we can power up our best mons. So even if you have a hundo, why do you keep raiding the same mon? Because you need more candy to power it up. And if you're level 40 plus, you start getting XL candy, which lets you power it up even more. Okay, what is this one? This is a low 3-star. All right, not bad. Okay, time to heal. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it looks like Lawrence wants to help, which is cool. Okay, so yeah, we've just got a ton of, yeah, and there's more saying that they want to help. So Noah's saying he can help. So yeah, so all of you that are trying to do a raid together, get each other invited. Just if you're comfortable, you can put your friend code in the chat, and you know, get that Heatran taken care of. Catch it. Hopefully you'll get a great one. So you've got several people in there wanting to add: Noah, Prezwan, Connor, etc. So if you guys share your friend code and your game name, you should be able to add each other and get that raid handled. And we are waiting for the next raid. I'm surprised this raid hour in San Antonio is so long. This is like a serious long raid hour. Yeah, so if you've got Alakazam, you can probably do that with 2, I think. If anyone wants Alakazam, but I think everyone's hoping for Heatran. And I'm responding to chats so you all know that I'm not talking to myself. I'm actually talking to people that are typing. Okay, we're waiting for the next invite, which should be here momentarily. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Prezwan's sharing the code. I'm going to click show so you guys can see it. Veronica's mentioning too, I think, wanting to join. Just remember they need your 12-digit friend code. Yeah. That's necessary in order to add a friend. So, you know, if you go in here to friends and you click add friend, it gives your trainer code, which now you can see mine. And when you add a friend, you just go in here and you type in their code. So that's how it works. So you need to give them your trainer code and your game name. That's how they can add you. Okay, what have we next? Okay, so we're waiting for a Heatran raid coming up, hoping for a 2145 CP hundo. If there is one, I'm going to be taking my time catching it, because there's nothing that hurts more in this game than having a hundo get away. It's happened to me once that I know of, maybe more that I didn't know of, because if you don't know the CP of the hundo, how do you know that it got away if it was a hundo? So the way you can check this out, I'm just going to post a link in chat, which is really helpful to check the IV. There it is. It's from Pokemon Go Hub, and this will let you search for any Pokemon you want, and then you click on the IV tab, IV, which will let you look at a list of what the hundo would be. and that way you know what to look for. You just have to figure out if it's level like 20 or 25, and you can play with it a little bit, but you'll be able to see what I'm talking about when you click on that link. It's in chat, or if you're just listening, it's db.pokemongohub.net, and that will let you search for IV so you know what the hundo is, which is a great resource. I don't always do it, but it's great to do it. Here we go. Oh, this is another invite, which I'd love to join, another good friend from Arizona, which is they're hitting their raid hour now, but I'm waiting for an invite from Mr. Nacho. Oh, you have Zapdos, huh? Someone has Zapdos. Really? I thought Zapdos was already finished. Well, oh, you mean you caught one. You don't have a Zapdos raid, right? I don't think you have a Zapdos raid right now, but you have a Zapdos, meaning you caught one? Because if you have a Zapdos raid right now, that's kind of amazing. I thought those were done. Okay, we're waiting for our next invite. Again, I would have let, yeah, so someone was mentioning they have, you know, they have Alakazam. So Alakazam, you should be good with 2. Oh yeah, you got a couple Zapdos. Zapdos are great. I did not get a shiny Zapdos, tragically. But so far, what I'm pretty happy about in this event is this Moltres, which is a Singaporean Moltres, which is a 96. That's a shiny. That's a very nice Moltres that's going to get max powered up. Okay, here we go. Next raid. Come on, be a hundo. 2145 CP. Please, 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 Pokemon Go. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah, sometimes it's your first raid and you just get lucky. I think that was like my first or second raid the other day when we were live on Moltres. And it just happened to be a really cool shiny. Okay, so did you guys coordinate your raid in chat? You guys are trying to. Did it work out? I hope it did. I hope. I sure hope so. Please click subscribe, like the video. It helps us a ton, and you will get the link to our Discord raiding channel once it goes live in the next week or two. This is a lot of raids, by the way. My Pokecoins are dropping like crazy. Like crazy. Okay, come on, Heatran. What are you going to be? You might notice this is a private lobby. In the top right, you see that padlock, private. That's to control how many people can get in. The person that's hosting it, meaning they've got the Heatran next to them in San Antonio, Texas right now. So if they don't do a private lobby, anyone can join. And the most you can have is 10 remote raiders. So in this case, our friend Nacho is inviting like 10 people. So if he didn't do a private lobby, what that means is that, you know, he may have random people nearby join that lobby, and then his friends like myself couldn't join because it'd be full. The most you can have is 10 remote raiders, and you can have more that are physically at that location, meaning very close to where the raid is, like that physical geotag location. It might be, you know, whatever, a Starbucks or in a mall or on a street somewhere. So if you're actually physically there, you can have more that are physically there, but the most that can join remotely is 10. So that's why we're doing a private lobby. Otherwise, a lot of us wouldn't get in. So that's just kind of a, you know, he's a professional raid hoster. Like, what I mean by that is he's an expert, knows how to do it, and that's why he's doing private lobbies. Oh, you guys got it. Did you catch it? You did it with 5? Glad you got it. Very cool. That's great. That's great. And so now you've got friends who you can do other raids together now too. And did you guys catch the Heatran? Was it a Heatran, and did you catch it? And is it a good one? Curious about that. Glad you pulled that off. Very, very cool. Keep getting Traveler Award. Not a shiny. And it's a low IV, so we'll take the candy. Oh, you got a shiny. Good job. Lucky. Lucky day. Always nice to get a shiny. Oh, is it weather boosted too? Cool. Very cool. What level are you all at? I'm just curious if you don't mind sharing. I'm just kind of curious. You had 5 to do the raid. So Mateus, I released your code there that you wanted to share in chat. Now, just so you all know, when you're posting your code in chat, I'm sure you know this already because this is how it works, but in case you don't, when people watch this broadcast later, which they do, they'll also see your code, and so you may get some friend requests, you know, in the future, and you're wondering where they came from, and they're probably coming from the fact you posted your code in this chat right now, because people will actually see the chat later as well. Well, okay, time to focus. Cool, 27 to 37. And you did it with 5. That's great. That is great. And I am throwing horribly because this is like the 1,000th throw in 24 hours. And wow. Yeah, well, to get a Heatran at level 21 is great. Congratulations, that's very cool. Okay, I need to start paying attention to my throws here. Level 36, cool, cool, cool. Okay, 5 more, and I'm not even really looking at the screen here. All right, time to focus. Please catch it. Okay, I'll try. I waited a bit long to care, down to 4 balls. So I better do some curves, golden raspberries, and hope for the best. But yeah, it's good to focus on it a little earlier, but we did catch it. So Mateus, your raids are starting in 20 minutes. That's cool. Okay. Ash, thank you for joining. So the thing about my code, when we have our Discord channel in a couple of weeks released, are we maxed out on? No, I thought we were maxed out on Pokemon. Maxed out on. We need to make some room. Okay, the bag is getting full. What am I doing? When we release our Discord link, which is coming soon, we'll be able to coordinate raids together very easily, kind of like what you're doing now in chat. You'll be able to do on Discord, not just when we're streaming, but 24/7 with other trainers, which is really cool. That's coming within a couple weeks. Please subscribe because you'll get notified when we release that, and it'll be a link. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free, and you'll be able to coordinate raids like you're doing in chat, but in a much more efficient way because it'll be all the time, not just when we're streaming. That's coming soon. That's how we'll share codes. Right now, my friend list is maxed out. I've only got room for 2, and I can't really choose because there's all these great people that have sent requests. And what I basically do is go in order, but I need to delete some to add some. So I will get as many of you added as I can once I delete some, which the way we're going to do that is through Discord. So yeah, hope that makes sense. Okay. Waiting for the next raid. Coming up soon. So this has been a long run here. This raid hour, I really thought it was going to be an hour, and we're at an hour and 45 minutes. So this is a super long raid hour. Oh, you got a 98? Well, that's great. That's great. So yeah, as far as shinies go, let's see, Heatran. So we got quite a few Heatrans. 1 shiny, 2 shiny, 3 shinies. 3 shiny Heatrans. Cool, isn't it? And the highest IV is this one. I think this is from San Antonio. No, this is from Canada, actually. North York, Ontario, Canada. So decent IV, 3-star, shiny Heatran. Yeah, 3 people's not enough. I agree with that. If you got 3 people and you're not like level 45 plus, I mean, I would bail, because probably won't win unless you've all gone mega. Even then, it's hard. Oh, you got 5. You're in. Cool. Cool, awesome. You guys are coordinating. I sure wish our Discord was ready. It's not yet, but it will be in a week or 2, and you'll be able to do this all the time in your time zone and not have to wait for us to be streaming. Okay, we're waiting for our next raid invite, coming soon, momentarily. Here it is. Thank you, Nacho, for all the raids. We're jumping in. We are jumping in. Ready, set. Wow, our money is just evaporating. It's getting expensive. Need to conquer about 100 gyms. Hold them for 8 hours, and 100 gyms times 50 Pokecoins, as long as you're there for 8 hours, would give you 5,000 Pokecoins. 5,000 Pokecoins divided by, what is it, for a pack of 3 raid passes. Well, it would give us quite a few raids, so that's the goal. Take over a lot of gyms. I don't think I can do 100. Exaggerating, but at least if you can take over 5 gyms a day and hold them for 8 hours, that's 250 Pokecoins a day, which would give you, free raids every day. So not bad. Okay, 10 seconds left, and this raid shall begin. Make sure you subscribe and like the video so you'll be alerted on our next video and when we announce the link for our Discord raid coordination channel coming soon. Heatran, we're going to take you out quick. We've got 7. I didn't look at the levels, but I think everyone's like level 40 up to level 50. Battling it out. And we will be sharing our code through the Discord channel. And we'll share it in a way that we can all add each other's code and all that to coordinate raids. And you can share with each other there too. I will put my code in chat, but I'm maxed out right now on friends, so I've got to delete to add, but I will, if it's earlier in chat, I'll post it again. Okay, Kyogre is super great against Heatran. And against many others. So this is like our, 50th Heatran in raid hours. Network error. I don't like to see that. That often means we're crashing. Which does happen. We're very lucky that the app hasn't crashed. Nothing's crashed so far. I shouldn't say that. So I'm hoping we get a 4th shiny or a hundo, but it could end up being a nundo. Well, it's a raid, so it'll be at least 2 stars. And 2 stars, if you've only got 1, don't feel bad. 2 stars is fine. I've got some 2 stars that I've powered way up to the top, and they do fine. But of course, it's always great to keep trying to get the best you can. So this is a low 3-star. If it's a shiny, it'll be my highest IV shiny Heatran. If it's not a shiny, it'll be just another low 3-star. It's not a shiny. Okay, we'll try to catch this one quick, if possible. Did you guys end up pulling off your second raid? Hopefully you got enough people. Oops, 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 oops. As you said, 3 is not really enough for a Heatran unless you're, lucky and super high level. Okay. Throwing on an iPad Pro is weird. I don't recommend it, but you can adjust to it, which I'm doing, but it is just strange. There's like a lot of screen to cover with these throws. Definitely a little bit easier on a phone. Yep, he doesn't like those throws, does he? Even excellent. Wow, that was a bad one. And another bad one. What's going on here? Okay, so hopefully you guys caught your second Heatran. Talking to those in chat. For those of you watching but not looking at chat, you're probably wondering who in the world I'm talking to. It's not myself, I promise. I'm talking to people that are typing in chat. It's a little hard for me to type in chat because I am using both hands, one to hold this giant iPad Pro and one to throw balls, and I'm also not even paying attention to throwing balls, which I'll start doing now. As you can see, I'm just hitting it on the head. Okay, 5 balls left, time to focus. I'll get serious now. Wow, okay, whatever. Missed. Gotta focus on the last few. Okay, Mateus, I unblocked your friend code. Yeah, this one doesn't seem to like excellence even. This might be another one that gets away. Luckily, it's not a real high IV, or I wouldn't be in this position because I would have been really focusing. Yeah, this is a tough one. 2 balls left. Oh, it ran away. Sorry, Lauren's in chat there. Yeah, that happens. Mine's gonna run away too. Sometimes they're just, it's like they've already decided they're running, and I think this guy's running. It does happen, and it sucks, and goodbye Heatran. Luckily, we've got a lot of them, and yeah, it does happen, so. Okay, let's heal up real quick here and see where we stand. So yeah, it's great to see that you guys are coordinating raids and catching mons. And we're waiting for another raid invite. So real quick, just wanted to mention a few things. One is that we are going to be releasing our free Discord channel that you can all join and coordinate raids with other trainers from around the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you want. That's coming within 2 weeks or sooner, hopefully within a week, 2 weeks at the most. It's finished, we're just doing quality assurance on it before it goes live. We're going to post that code in the channel and launch a video as soon as that's live. Make sure you subscribe so that you'll know when that's available and can jump in. Please like the video, subscribe, it helps us a ton, plus you'll know when our Discord goes live. Then what you all are doing in chat right now, you'll be able to do in Discord all the time, not just when we're live. So that'll be great way to load your friends up, get up to 400 friends, and coordinate raids like crazy. So that is coming soon. Making sure we got everyone healed up. So just a quick, we're going to look at a couple Heatran highlights. And of the Heatran highlights, I just want to show you my friends list. This is kind of the reason that it's hard to add everyone now because I'm kind of maxed out. But as far as Heatrans, is this in order of CP? It is. So far, let me just show you a few here. So this is a preview of what we've got. This is the best so far, a 2140, which is a 98 with a great attack. That one's getting powered up. This is a 96, pretty darn good. Nice one, nice one, nice one. And we're on our way to the shinies. And this is a shiny. And the shinies are cool, as you can see. For those of you that don't really know, you know, what's up with the shiny, why is everyone so into it? They're rare, and also they look cool. And also, if you happen to get one with a good IV, you can power it way up. This one I probably won't power up. Wait a second. Interesting. There. So this one I might power up. You know, the attack's not super strong. It is a 3-star. It's a shiny. The shinies are great. I'd consider powering that up. So yeah, this is just a quick tour of our catches. Got a few shinies in there. But, you know, strategically, the best decision would probably be to go ahead and power up the one that's a 98, this one, because it's got the most perfect stats. But then again, it would be a lot of fun to have a shiny powered up. And when I say powered up, I mean, like, you know, bringing it up to 4180 CP. That's a lot of Stardust. It's going to cost a lot of XL candy. But we're on our way there. So we have 135 XL candy, 215 regular candy. We need 248 and 296 XL to max it out. So that's the situation. Okay, that is our last raid of this raid hour. Please click subscribe, like the video. Thank you so much for joining. Really glad to see you coordinating raids. We will get our Discord to you as soon as possible. We'll broadcast it on a video, post it on the channel. If you're subscribed, you'll find out about it, and you'll be able to coordinate raids. We will be live in about 10 hours from now. We're doing a raid hour for the Reggie Trio, and I will put my code in chat in a second. Thanks for asking. We will do a raid hour for the Reggie Trio, which is Reggie Ice, Reggie Rock, and also Reggie Steel, which is 6 p.m. Singapore time. Then we'll go to Indonesia, so it'll be like a 2.5-hour raid hour. That's November 28th, Singapore time, which in America is like November 27th. So we're hitting that first, and then we'll be live for America's raid hour as well, kind of circling the world. So we'll see you at the next broadcast. Thanks again for joining. Appreciate it a lot. We ended up with 3 shinies. And I'm going to put my code in there right now, but keep in mind my friends list is maxed, but you will stay on the kind of the pending list, and I will add you once I can. I've got a delete to add, and I'm also going to post the code of one of our team members that helps to build the Discord, and so I'm putting that code in secondly right there. So all right, you've got my code, you've got our Discord coordination experts code in there after mine. Thanks for joining. Talk to you soon. Wish you the best, and I hope to see you at the next live broadcast starting in about 10 hours with the Reggie Trio. We're going to catch some robots, hopefully shinies. Shinies of all are available. Really hoping for a shiny green Reggie Steel, which I do not have. See you soon. Thanks again. Goodbye.